Hello, and welcome back to GNN Gaming. I am your host tonight, Retro, and I am continuing my playthrough of The Hobbit on PS2. Before I get going, I want to give a special thank you to Geek News Now. If you aren't familiar with Geek News Now, you should head on over to geeknewsnow.net and check out all of the amazing content and articles that we have happening over there. Also, be sure to check out, well, you're already on our Twitch, but head on over to our Twitter, our Instagram, just look up Geek News Now, GNN, and also go on Facebook and look up Geek News Now, where this month we have an awesome Lego giveaway. It is a massive Lego set from The Mandalorian, so be sure to go check that out. It's free to enter. I can't do it because I work for GNN, so you be sure to go do it, build it, and show me how cool it is. Alright, let's jump right into the game because this game has the longest loading screen of, like, anything. Hi, Wolf Angel. How are you today? Tell me something good about your day. I guess we are attempting to free the dwarves from the elves right now. Twitch made you watch a Pokemon Go ad before you could start watching your stream. Oh, hey! Maybe that means we made it somewhere on our channel. Now we have ads come up. Yay! And you know, a Pokemon Go ad isn't the worst ad you could be forced to sit through. It's been a good, relaxing, lazy day. Well, that's good. I think those are critically important to mental health, I think people, and I know a few, really undervalue the importance of mental health and self-care. You know, one criticism about the game, Sting is only supposed to glow blue when there are orcs and goblins present. So I'm in the land of the wood elves. It should not be glowing blue here. You have played Pokemon Go ever since it was released. Well, that's cool. I used to play it a long time ago, and I just haven't kept up with it. I quit playing somewhere around shortly before the whole Team Rocket mechanic got added with the corrupted Pokemon. That was when that tells you how long it's been. That's when I quit playing. I have that installed on my phone. I haven't played it at all. I don't have people to play these things with, so I don't do it. You know, I'm not opposed to them. It's just not something I have going on.
Is someone there?
Nope, nobody's here. Nobody at all.
Nothing there after all.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Is someone there?
Strange.
Ugh. I got caught. Couldn't get out of there and put the ring back on fast enough. It's got a charge on it. The end. Roll credits. How are you not, people? Well, last I knew, those games had to be played, like, locally, and you and I live, like, 1,100 miles apart. So, I guess if your plan to move to Florida still goes through, then we'll make that happen. Or is it something that you can play long distance now? Like, this tells you how, like, long I've been out of the loop on it.
What was that? I heard something.
No, you didn't, Thranduil. You didn't hear anything.
Jumping in shadows.
Have the prisoners revealed the errand that brought them to trespass here?
They still refuse to answer, my liege.
Okay, but what does that mean? Somewhat long distance. I mean, if you're half a country away from somebody, is that doable? Plausible? I mean, I figured something like that would come out when everything happened last year that just locked everyone down. I figured that would be a thing they would introduce, but they would find a way.
Is someone there?
But
Is someone there?
no, nobody's here. Stop looking at me.
Nothing there after all.
I got 2 of them. Let's go and save so that. I just want to take a moment and say that wherever you're coming in from, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, be sure to say hello in my comment section. I would love to chat with you, hear all about the day that you have, but just so, for those of you who may not be aware, if you come into my chat, the very first question I'm going to ask you is to tell me something positive about your day. I do that for 2 reasons. Number 1, I believe positive thinking breeds positivity. Number 2, sometimes I need a pick-me-up. And I'll be honest, today's one of those days I could use a little bit of a pick-me-up. So tell me something good about your day, and let me be excited with you. Alright, so you can send your friends gifts, which include eggs, remote raids that you can invite friends to join, and you can battle your friends long distance. You still have to be in close range to trade them. Okay, that makes sense. Well, it's cool that they've added some long distance mechanics in. Hey, Dark Angel, and Jay's feeling better. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. That was exactly the kind of pick-me-up I needed. I was thinking about her. I also want to apologize to anybody. There is a possibility I will lose power in my stream. Tropical Storm Elsa is going to be letting it go over top of where I live sometime tonight. So it's entirely possible my stream will cut out. If it does, I apologize. Know that I love all of you. And Dark Angel, do you have something else good about your day, or is that what you wanted to say? Aw. Well, just so you know, Dark Angel, I am on tonight, but I am not on Thursday. I'll be back on Friday.
Show yourself.
yourself.
I have a scheduling conflict for this Thursday. I won't be able to be on my stream.
Jumping at shadows.
Aw. That's really special. That's awesome. That's amazing. That makes me so happy. I'm not gonna lie.
What was that?
A strange noise. No more than a whisper.
Lucky me, you don't stream Thursday. I have to pick up shift Thursday night, so it's no, it's just my fault. Idle. Aw. I've never been called that before. Don't do drugs. Listen to your mother. Obey traffic laws. Eat as much candy and ice cream as you can when she's not looking. Stay in school. Yeah, that's an important one. Stay in school. Follow your dreams. Yes. Oh, that's an important one. Be nice to your siblings. Yep. Yep. And the pets. Be nice to the pets too. swear the PS2 has the longest loading times of this game. Oh, hey, GVeast. Welcome to the chat. GVeast, tell me something good about your day.
The guards have caught dwarves crossing Mirkwood, making their dwarvish racket.
They have either great courage or great folly. There's no one there.
Crap on a stick.
Who's there?
Perhaps it was just the
There's no one there.
What's that?
Who's there?
No one.
What's that?
Just finished a bowl of chocolate ganache ice cream. Ooh, sounds yummy.
There's no one there.
Oh,
Perhaps it was just the wind.
that sounds wonderful. I'd go for some chocolate chip cookie dough right now. Not gonna lie.
Was that the wind? Must be nothing. Was that the wind?
Theory, as long as I don't bump into the elves directly, they shouldn't notice me. And hopefully that one doesn't turn around. Oh, that was close.
Show yourself.
Have you heard? The White Council has taken the fight to the necromancer.
That vile sorcerer has plagued this land long enough.
There's something strange here.
I think I heard footsteps.
Nope. Nope.
There's nothing out there.
You heard no footsteps. You hear nothing. You see nothing.
Was that the wind?
Seems safe now.
Oh, I'm in trouble. Ah. So what's the topic of discussion tonight, chaps? This is not the Hobbit you're looking for. We don't have a topic of discussion tonight, GVeast. We haven't got there. Haven't got there yet. We were still saying our hellos.
The guards have caught dwarves crossing Mirkwood, making their dwarvish racket.
They have either great courage
Latest book read. Ooh, that's a good one. What's the latest book read? Now, hang on. Are we going novel, like, or are we going like comic book? Like, what's the criteria here? Yeah, thank you. Adult or child? Like, let's lay out some categories that can apply here. Yes. Latest book read. That would probably be I mean, last book I opened and read out of would be the 5th edition Dungeon Master Guide. The last actual like novel I read would be Shadows of the Empire. When I finished that for my
Must be nothing.
when I was a couple weeks ago. Last comic book I read would be Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe because it's hilarious and makes me happy.
Has taken the fight to the necromancer.
Yeah. What about you guys in the chat? Give me what you got? Flowers for Algernon. Oh, I haven't read that since high school. Easy.
There's something strange here.
Nope, nothing strange, nothing to see.
I heard footsteps.
Yeah, I seriously feel like that's the last time I read Flowers for Algernon was high school.
Something strange here.
Seems safe now.
There's nothing out there.
Is someone there?
Little Mermaid for the kiddos last night. Oh, good choice, good choice.
Show yourself.
Last thing you read was the Dilbert collection, eagerly your rational response. I love Dilbert. I miss the Dilbert cartoon. That's what I miss. I miss the Dilbert cartoon.
Is someone there?
But like, I like Dilbert for the same reason I loved the TV show Frasier. I like that. I like smart humor over body humor or gross humor.
Perhaps it was nothing.
You read the Disney version. Yes, you do need, that is a important to specify. So many Disney stories are they're so watered down from what the source material was. I mean, really, Aladdin comes from Scheherazade, 1001 Nights, I think. Yeah, Arabian Nights, 1001 Arabian Nights, I think is what it comes from.
Bilbo, I thought I'd never see you again.
Is everyone all right?
You must find a way to escape, Bilbo. My ears may be old, but I swear I hear rushing water beyond that hallway. Explore that hole and see if you can find an escape route.
You haven't read a lot of normal books since you stopped teaching college.
Is someone there?
I didn't get into just sitting down and reading a book until fairly within the last couple years of my life. I mean, when I read stuff, it's typically for research purposes,
Was that the wind?
especially pertaining to like my magic career and what I was doing with that.
Footsteps. Show yourself.
Seems safe now. Perhaps it was nothing.
And there's Smiley Medic. Hey buddy, how are you?
Perhaps it was nothing.
Smiling Medic, tell me something good about your day, and also topic of discussion is what is the last book you read? Okay, so GV's classifies normal as a novel or something other than a comic strip collection. Okay, I can go with that. Yeah, I would count kids' books as normal.
It's time to get these barrels packed up and sent to Lake Town.
Got a cool cardiac call this morning, and the last book you read was Summer Night from the Dresden Files. Ooh, good choice.
I'll pack them into barrels and send them down the river to Lake Town.
Do enjoy Dresden. And I will say that the Dresden graphic novels, one of the things I loved about the Dresden graphic novels is that they're pretty faithful to the books, but just they did such a great job telling the story in the darkest way possible. I like the TV show for what it was, personally. Like, I can look at it and appreciate what they were trying to do, the same way I can appreciate...
And send the barrels into the water. I'd best not touch it until the dwarves are packed in barrels and ready to go.
Yeah, and there are people who call graphic novels comic books. You know, I did not jump there. Yeah, graphic novels are not comics. Those are two entirely different things. Case in point, while I get locked in jail. Okay. So, for those of you, comics could also refer to, you know, the funnies. So this is a comic book, 20 glorious pages, typically, of a story. And, this is a graphic novel. As you can see, it is actually a thicker book. And this is a manga, which is neither. And it's read right to left.
It's time to get these barrels packed.
Oh, nice. Weeb.
Show yourself. Seems safe now. Is someone there? It was nothing. Is someone there? It was nothing. I found a way out. The elves send barrels down the river to Lake Town. If we pack ourselves into barrels, the elves will make our escape for us.
We shall be bruised and battered to pieces and drowned too. But I suppose we have no choice.
You'll need to put Galleon the butler to sleep before you get into the barrels.
An elf?
It's all right. She's a friend.
You must make Galleon drowsy by putting 3 kinds of herbs in his drink.
Nice.
One herb is in the lake behind the throne room. Another is in a small clearing in the courtyard. The third is in an old cave in the courtyard. Beware. The caves were once home to spiders. This potion will melt away the thickest webs. Find those herbs, Bilbo. And don't worry about Galleon. The herbs won't harm him.
Alright. So, oh, is there a save point down here? I think there is. Yeah, we're gonna save. Alright, so to shift the topic of discussion, what do you have something autographed, and what is the most valuable autograph to you? Like, what is it, and what is its, and like, and here's the thing, it could be, you know, like the most valuable autograph you have if you have a lot. But what is like the one that means like the most to you, or that you think is the coolest? I'll tell mine after everybody's done. GVeast has Skin Game autographed. A signed Elvis record.
The Great Cave
Nice.
is not the only entrance to these caves. The spider web must be in there. I do hope no one's home.
That's well, we know what Dark Angel's retirement plan is. Oh. That's not what I wanted to do. You have a signed CD by the Gaslight Anthem, but you didn't get it signed. Oh, okay, so you had it signed when... That's cool. So mine, I'd get an alkaline truth. I've seen a few people get tattoos like that. So I'll show you what mine is real quick. So in Muncie, Indiana is Paws Inc., which is the home studio of Garfield. And I've toured there twice. And if you go through and you go all the way to the gift shop, you can buy the collection, like what his books. So this is the first Garfield book that was printed, Garfield at Large. And on the inside is Jim Davis, who created Garfield, signed all of them, all the ones in the gift shop that you buy. But this one is special because the tour that we had was given by Jim Davis's brother, Doc Davis, which is the character in the Garfield comics, Doc Boy, which was in the comics John's brother. Doc Boy was based on his real-life brother, Doc Davis. Well, Doc Davis gave the tour. And so I bought the first book, and I'll show this. It's signed by Jim Davis and Doc Davis. So I'm pretty sure it's one of the only ones out there that's like that. That's one of my pride and joys, is a Garfield #1 signed by both of them. Hey, Lego Vader. And so Wolf Angel, you have a couple CDs signed by different bands and artists, and a book with a poster signed by the... That's awesome. All right, so Lego Vader. Topic of discussion. #1, welcome to my chat. #2, tell me something good about your day. And yeah, Doc was very surprised. He just kind of looked at me like, okay, you want my autograph? Sure. So topic of discussion now. We've talked about books and stuff. Oh, you started a new job today. Hey, I hope that's going well, man. Spider's Bane.
There's something strange here.
I know you were really excited about the change and the opportunity with it. So
There's nothing out there.
I hope it is legitimately everything you want it to be. Yeah, Doc Davis was very surprised when I asked him for his autograph. So the topic of discussion is, well, actually, the most recent question GV's asked, is there a book you've read multiple times and you could read again? I will say mine goes to Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. I would say that's one of mine. The Zahn books autographed. Read them all the time. Nice.
I wonder what this is for.
Screw Tape Letter is also an excellent choice if you're into morality plays. Yes to reading multiple times and can read again, but there's too many book series for you to list. So just pick one. Not just a book, but a series. I have video games. Like, I can sit down and replay the Mass Effect trilogy over and over and over again. And am currently doing so. Because I'm playing the new Legendary Edition of the Mass Effect trilogy. I get it. Sometimes the narrative is just that good. You're going to anger the other books by picking favorites now. Attack the Clones, autographed by R.A. Salvatore. Wow, that's awesome. Perhaps is there a book you couldn't bring yourself to finish? That is a much longer list. I will start Twilight. I couldn't get past the first page. The writing was so terrible. I could not get past the first page of Twilight. That is the first time I have just picked up a book, read the first page, and just went, nope. I legitimately wanted to see what all the hubbub was about. And, nope.
What was that? I was sure I heard something.
Is that a book, Medic? It's not one I'm familiar with. Hey! Nobody in the group is a twihard. Yay! I can still respect you all. I mean, I suppose I could probably find some respect if that was a series you liked, but... I'm sorry, vampires. Oh, Tali from Mass Effect. Yes, love Mass Effect and Tali. Sorry. You couldn't finish I, Jedi. Don't like reading in the first person. Yeah, I could see that. As much as I love Tolkien, the Silmarillion, I just can't get through it. It's so dry.
What was that?
It's so stinking dry.
I was sure I heard something.
Must be the wind.
Most sad animal stories you can't finish reading. don't fault you there. I get that way with sad kid stories. Like, if it's a TV show that involves something tragic happening to, like, a little kid or something, or a book, I can't do it. I've noticed that ever since I became a dad, I've gotten way more, like, emotional about things than I used to. And I mean, like, substantially more emotional about things than I used to. And I don't know if it's because I had daughters and I'm empathetically feeding off them or what it is. But yeah, things make me cry that didn't used to make me cry. I haven't read The Jungle. Sounds like I'm not missing much. The completionist in you wouldn't let you not finish the book. Yeah, on the topic of being a dad, it's both extremely terrifying and extremely exhilarating. And being a single dad, you know, has its own challenges on both. But if there's one thing, like, I have learned is, like, you learn so much. If I'm so much a
Who's there?
I'm just such a bleeding heart when it comes to them, you know. And it's like you suddenly develop patience you never thought, like, would exist for anybody, and you put up with things that you would never, like, tolerate from any other human being in the world. The horrors of the meatpacking industry at the turn of the 20th century. Okay. Focusing on the lives of poor immigrants. Interesting.
These again.
Hang on, I need to move my camera. I can't see what I've got. There we go. Wow, they wasted no time coming for me. Brought about a number of reforms in food processing. Well, I'm in trouble. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, good. Of course, there's you.
After I put these in Galleon's cup.
Oh, yeah, we're running. Run away! Run away! Oh. That was nuts. Well, that makes sense, Jeeves. That's, you know, been your focus of study for over 20 years. And so it looks like Wolf has a lot of books on history as well. I can respect that. A large number of my books, at least a major section of my bookshelf, is all stuff pertaining to being a magician and the magic industry. So I've got lecture notes and books and how-tos and diagrams and blueprints and more lecture notes and more lecture notes and books 3 times older than me that have more lecture notes in them. Well, sorry, I know how you feel about spiders, but I unfortunately have to go back there because I died.
Something strange here.
Got a lot of noir. Does that count as history? The rest is fantasy. I mean, noir counts as history if it's historical, otherwise it's just good fiction. I mean, Spider-Man noir is a thing. So...
These again.
And how did Wolf get interested? What's the story here? There's obviously a story. What's the story? I'm back. It never told me my stream ended. It was still showing me as broadcasting. So I'm not sure what happened.
These again.
I didn't lose power or had nothing happen. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. It never told me my stream was over. It told me everything was still fine. So... Apparently there's a whole story to Wolf Angel liking Titanic or how she got into Titanic. I don't know. I don't know if this is appropriate for my stream. Look, we all got into Titanic to see her drawn like a French girl. It's okay. You understand Titanic because you were flipping through the channels one night when you were a kid and found the Titanic playing as it was sinking and everyone was dying. Well, you know, there's a psychological thing there, I'm sure. I mean, may mean that you're a sociopath, but...
What was that? I was sure I heard something.
Well, you know, everyone has their reasons for being into things. You're just drawn more to the macabre, which makes sense. You know, you've talked before about Halloween being your favorite holiday, and my mother loves to watch disaster films. Like, the more of society that dies in the end, like, the more she likes it, I think. Let's see, I'm not even sure where I'm supposed to be going at the moment, but...
Who's there?
There's something strange here.
Dash cam videos. Yeah, that might be a sign of something there, Wolf. Not sure what, but... helps you to be a better driver.
Is someone there?
Show yourself.
I suppose I'm too preoccupied with the rules.
What was that?
I suppose it was nothing.
And yet, I've been trying to think of a good analogy to go with what you're saying there, Wolf. And I think the most appropriate one I can think of would be, you know, to be a better writer, you need to be a critical reader. You know, you need to read good and bad to learn how to be a better writer. Sometimes when I'm writing articles, journalist, you know, opinion articles and stuff for GNN, I like to read what other people are publishing about the same topic, and there's some doozies out there where I don't think their stuff ever goes through an editing process before it gets published, and it is hard to read.
What news of the necromancer? The White Council is moving against him.
Prank videos. I like watching speedruns. I also like watching live Dungeons and Dragons sessions because I like seeing, you know, the inspiration. Dark Angel, is Jay still up? Is it her bedtime? Or did she fall asleep already?
There's no one there.
Show yourself.
Yes, and yes. As she fell asleep already? Is that what you're saying? A lot of British procedural crime series. She's fighting to stay awake.
There's Galleon's cup. I'd better be quick about this. When the herbs take effect, this room will be wide open.
Thanks for being on the chat tonight, GVeast, and see you next time. I will not be streaming Thursday. I will be streaming Friday.
Oh my, that was quick.
See you then. All right, Dark Angel, if she's still awake, I'll do this one real quick for her, if she's listening. Let me know if she's listening or if she's already passed out. She's listening. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Is someone there?
Flew right down into the tree. You should have seen Gandalf's fate, Mr. Baggins.
Night night, kiddo.
You never cease to amaze. Now you must find Thorin. They won't tell us where he is.
He is in the deep cellar. There is only one way into the deep cellars, through the dark water caverns. It's dangerous, but it's the only way. I don't like sending you down there.
I must rescue Thorin, and this is the only way in. Don't worry. It shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, what's up? Pikachu. Really make her happy or something from. A Pikachu. Definitely a Pikachu. Just from our discussion last week about all the Team Rocket stuff and how she would be a Pikachu for me as a trainer. I am at a loss for words. That's really special. That you would even think to do that. I love it. That's awesome. That's clever parenting is what that is. Well done. flattered I can be used as a child control mechanism. Ugh. If you don't do what I told you, then you won't be able to see Retro stream. You know you'll be... the things we do as parents, right? That's... Well, Dark Angel, you've got a sweet kid. And, you should be very, very proud of her. I'm sure you are. You come across like you're a very proud mama, and I think that's important. And it is extremely amusing to me that somebody would use me as a threat to get their child to behave. I love it. I think it's awesome. I work better than the boogeyman. My kids have never seen my stream. They go to bed before my stream begins, even on the nights where I don't have them. I mean, if I'm streaming, it means I don't. They're with their mom, but yeah, they've never seen my stream actually. My kids go to bed early. I mean, they are zonked out 7:30, and wake up at 5:30 in the morning. Sometimes earlier. We like to get them up by 7:30 in the morning. Not early risers. Mine are closer to that, generally. No, mine are always up crazy early. Always have been. Which, I mean, honestly, yeah, we're back. Been back for a bit. Honestly, I don't mind that mine get up so early because I have to get up pretty early to get ready for work and get them, you know, where they need to go. So it doesn't really bother me that they get up so early. I'm not a morning person. I've just had to kind of learn to be. Yeah, I'm become more and more of a night owl. Well, I was more of a night owl when I was younger, for sure. I used to work third shift jobs, and so I got used to being up, you know, all night long, no problem. But, well, you're a medic, so your schedule is like anything but normal and predictable. You know, I know firefighters are the same way. You know, on 3, off 2, on 3, off 2. Oh, this is another crazy long level. It's like as the game gets longer, the levels get longer. If you stay up for hours on end, you dip tobacco. Yeah, I'm gonna do a hard pass on that personally. I quit tobacco years ago. And honestly, if I'm being fully honest, I replaced one vice with another. I went from being tobacco to every time I wanted a cigarette, I would replace it with caffeine. Copious amounts of caffeine.
Most uncomfortable.
Upon my word.
Your vice now is older women.
As usual. A fine burglar you are. I am at your service.
Now to open this cell.
Well, you know, with age comes experience. How you get sun zoned. Is that the you're more like a son to me instead of the more like a brother to me? Is that what that is?
The rest of the dwarves are waiting above. After you, King Thorin Oakenshield.
Good work, Mr. Baggins. suspect I'll be bruised and battered to pieces. Get moving, burglar! We continue to Lake Town!
You remind me of my son. Yep. And if her son was talking to her like I was, well.
Ready to go.
Well. The barrel is quite comfortable. A king in a...
That would be the story of Oedipus. Oedipus Rex.
Oh, a king in a barrel?
I do hope I put the lids on tight.
I like my eyes.
Off we go! Dwarves were not meant for this sort of travel. I can hardly breathe in here.
I'll give you guys a Lord of the Rings movie trivia thing for free. In the Hobbit movie, all of the dwarves' beards and hair was yak hair. And yak hair is naturally water repellent. And so when they were filming the barrel scene, which was actually filmed over several days, it didn't matter what they did, their hair always looked dry. So they had to put copious amounts of hair gel, pounds of hair gel into the beard and the hair to give the dwarves a wet hair look because of the yak hair. At least it wasn't you remind me of my grandson. Yes, it could always be worse. Moral of the story.
The barrels floated down Long Lake and carried Bilbo and the dwarves to the safety of Lake Town. In the shadow of the dragon's lair, Thorin declared himself king under the mountain. The people of Lake Town held a great feast for the dwarves. Their old prophecies said gold would flow from Lonely Mountain when the king returned. And while the dwarves feasted, Bilbo had the run of the town.
We tolerate you too, medic. Let's change the subject. Yes, let's. Wolf Angel, you pick the topic.
Welcome to Lake Town. After a few days' rest, we'll be ready to head up to the Lonely Mountain. Go find the master of Lake Town and send him thanks for his hospitality. He'll be by the Great Hall.
You gotta have your Fey Prince do something crazy in Waterdeep. Alright, so D&D is the topic. And what's that? How does it feel to have one coworker with two of her exes talking in the chat? Well, you know, when you put it that way, it's, Jerry. It's... Alright, so on the topic of Dungeons and Dragons, your Fey Prince do something crazy. What do you got? I'll work with you here. What do you got? Let's see. I'll grab my before there was first edition, there was advanced Dungeons and Dragons. So I've got my DM guide here. What you got? I'm acknowledging. But you. Retro pleads the fifth in all statements. He's been kicked out of the Feywild for some reason. He has already defaced graves. Okay. Why did you deface the graves? I need context.
Bard is of the line of Girion.
Showing how old he was.
Only tragedy will come to those.
Okay. Great, I have the hiccups. Also to get names, okay. Alright, so you need a reason that he was kicked out of the Feywilds? Is that what you're looking for? Or you're looking for a reason he was kicked out? Something funny and malicious he can do around town.
Good evening.
The mountain has returned. The mountain will run rivers of gold.
That's what the old songs say. I believe the prophecies when I see the wealth with my own eyes.
Well, he's already fallen for Tabaxi and trying to make her more chaotic. Okay. The town that is in question, is there any... What can you tell me about the town? Population type, class... give me some context to the town here. It's a big port city south of Neverwinter. Okay, so high in trade. If he can glamour, then he could impersonate wealthy businessmen and begin to mess with the different docks and ships. You know, impersonate a captain, give ridiculous orders, impersonate a business owner. Do weird trade deals. Those are pretty tame things, I guess. Fairly logistical. The glamour would definitely be a key component to this. You know, if it's a big town, then it would be easier to impersonate somebody important and then change. If you try that in a small town, everybody knows who that person is. Do something like that in a big town, then it's easier. The odds of those two people being in the same place at the same time, you could wreak havoc going that route. A wealthy, sexy female merchant that robs men blind. Yeah. The glamour is going to be your key component here. What would Loki do? You know, essentially. You know, become the medieval DB Cooper. You get the idea. I have no idea where I'm going. I know who I'm looking for, but I have no idea where they are. Well, there's one of the dwarves. And then you die. Yeah, I would focus heavily on... I would focus heavily on the aspect of impersonation. So, trying to make him a main NPC so when the next book comes out, I can just use him to get into the details. Okay. So wait, is this a character you're playing, or are you the dungeon master and you're trying to create a character? What's the context of the character to you? Are you the player or the DM? You're the DM. Okay. Then yes, I would definitely write him as a character focusing on his glamour ability, because that allows you to introduce him in any capacity you want ever going forward. It's one of those things where it almost writes itself, which just makes your job as a DM better.
Have you tried Vaden's new cider?
My whole thing with and when we do our found who I'm supposed to be looking for. When I DM, and you're going to see this when we do our live session here in about 2 months, if timing works out, with GNN, where I DM, I focus on the story and the story arcs and the cleverness over being a rule lawyer. My whole thing is, if you can justify to me why something should work, even if it might bend the rules, the way I look at it is this is a world of magic, you know, so... If you can justify to me why some crazy idea would work, I'll consider it. So I focus on the story of what you're doing. And something like a Fey character with a glamour very much writes itself.
That must be the theme.
And it keeps you from writing them into a whole and allows you to make them a recurring character. They're more what you'd say guidelines than rules.
What is that? Something there.
Wolf Angel likes it when I do my pirate voice. I do it when we play Sea of Thieves if I'm on her stream. You guys can't hear my audio, but I'm usually talking like a pirate on her stream.
Faster, Bilbo. Don't lose him.
What are you playing, Wolf Angel? Usually looking for Henry. Yeah, whenever I'm on Wolf Angel's ship and we're playing, it's usually my only response to her, always often, is, "Arr, so I just be a pirate on your ship. I follow your lead, Captain." Oh, you're still playing Bloodstained? You were playing that earlier. Oh, well, no, of course you're still playing Bloodstained. You're 100%ing Bloodstained.
Something there.
I guess I have no point. I suppose. I'm like a pizza cutter. I'm all edge with no point. No. Bilbo is the more interesting character, I think. And the other thing too, and I appreciate how they illustrated this in the movie. The world isn't as dark and grisly as it is when Frodo steps as it is when Bilbo steps out into it versus when Frodo does. When Frodo steps out into it, I mean, he's running from ring wraiths right from the get-go. His whole world is nothing. The moment he steps out is nothing but fear and panic and survival. Bilbo's was he's going on this adventure. The ring was it summoning the ring wraiths. You know, there was, and you see it in how Elrond reacts when he's around Gandalf, where it's, you know, laughter and great friendship, and nobody ever thought that the whole thing with Sauron was ever going to happen. By the time Frodo steps into the picture to do his part, so much is already happening in the world that it's a problem. So they went on adventures in two different environments. You know, that's kind of how I, from like a writing standpoint, that's just how I look at it.
That sounds like Bortan. I'll have to talk with him about these missing wine barrels. Mr. Baggins, you've done Lake Town a great service. In appreciation, I'm making you an honorary member of the town guard.
Is there anything else I can do to help?
A shipment of crates has just arrived. The master believes they contain something the thieves desire. See what's inside them. Please, accept this. Lake Town is grateful for your service.
Good evening.
And to you. You're a lovely vision this night.
I just reintroduced, because I run a bi-weekly game, D&D game, and I just reintroduced a very old enemy. A very old enemy.
Thank you, kind
Which reminds me, thank you for bringing that up, Smiley Medic. Quick plug, our friends over at Metallic Dice Games, we are affiliates with them, and as part of that, we have a cool promo code. If you go on over to Metallic Dice Games and you use promo code GNN, you get 10% off your entire order site-wide. So promo code GNN on the website, only valid on the website. Metallic Dice Games, you get 10% off your entire order. We are also partnered with Ripped Apparel. You can go over to rippedapparel.com. I think it's just ripped, RIPT.com. And GNN10, and you get 10% off their website as well. We are now partnered with Humble Bundle. And if you go to Geek News Now, you're going to see that where we've just pushed out the information, we are recently partnered and affiliated with Humble Bundle, where you can go over to Humble Bundle, and if you follow the link on Geek News Now, you not only help us and support us, but also a significant portion of the proceeds goes to a charity as well. So be sure to go on over to Geek News Now on Facebook and our website, geeknewsnow.net, and check out our friends and who we're hanging out with.
This is the warehouse. Time to see what's inside.
Yeah, I'm going to be ordering... I don't actually... For all of my dice, I don't have any that are by Metallic Dice Games. They're on my list of... I haven't had an excuse to buy new dice in a while, so I'm going to... the Child's Play charity. Thank you, Wolf Angel. Wolf Angel actually spearheaded the project that got us affiliated with Humble Bundles, so props out to Wolf Angel for her hard work to make that happen. But yeah, everybody wins. You get cool stuff. You get to help support what we do, and more importantly, you get to help support the Child's Play charity, which helps kind of break the stigma that, you know, gamers are selfish people by nature, and we get to help out, you know, kids with games and good times. So be sure to go check all that out. Sorry, I'm trying to do that at the same time. I'm suddenly in combat. No, I have the excuse. It's the liquid income to do so is what it comes down to. But for our game, for the game that I am hosting with GNN, I will be ordering a set specifically for that. Their very first roll will be for that game. They will get christened and broken in on that game. So I'm excited. Last time I bought new dice was in San Antonio. Wolf Angel was showing me around San Antonio and took me to the comic book shop she plays D&D at, and while I was there I bought some dice because that's kind of a thing of mine. Whenever I go to a new comic book store, I always buy dice. One part to support them, but also just so I have like cool dice from different places and stuff. So... And those dice got broken in on my game last week. You feel like you should play that session since you have 3 sets of dice? Yeah. I mean, when we get all of it worked out, you know, I'll let you work that out with everybody else. But I'm super stoked to be a part of it. Come on. You would think after weeks of playing this game I would be more attuned to the quirks of the controls. I'm not. The camera angle changes randomly, the reaction time is different constantly. playing GDQ. I'm just happy to see a Hobbit game. Well, you'll if you didn't know, I'm doing the Lord of the Rings game, so I'll be doing Fellowship of the Ring on PS2 next, and then Two Towers on PS2 after that, and then I will be doing Return of the King on Xbox, followed by Third Age on Xbox. So we got Lord of the Rings for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to come.
Bilbo! I'm sorry. The warehouse was more dangerous than I thought. Meet me at the cider house, Bilbo. I may have something else for you to do.
No.
Thieves broke into the armory.
Nothing against them.
They
They're
stole
great
many
games.
weapons, including
They're
the Black Arrow. The Black Arrow is a dwarf make.
retro
It's
is
been
my
in my
aesthetic,
family for
right?
generations.
And those games are just
Some
too
say
new.
there's an enchantment.
I have them. I own them. They're great games, like I said. But my whole thing is playing retro games. So
But its patrons know better than to
that,
give
and
them
if I did those games,
inside
it would
and see what you
be
can learn from them.
a long, long, long time about before I do that. But you know, if somebody else, somebody else in our team is of course welcome to do them. I'm just not going to. But I have nothing against them. They're great games. Absolutely phenomenal storyline, clever combat, clever mechanics. They were really, I feel like they don't get the praise they deserve. But let's see, trying to remember where he was saying I needed to go.
Go inside the cider house and see what you can learn, Bilbo.
Oh. The cider house, aka the tavern. Retro, yep.
The rivers will run gold, they say. Gold! And all because of us!
What is my favorite kind of elf? Oh, I'm a drow.
Bilbo, it's good to be back.
I'm a fan of dark elves.
I used to play right here when I was a little dwarf.
I hear the stolen weapons are being kept in a warehouse.
Von stole those weapons. In league with goblins, he is. Whatever they're planning, it must be stopped.
Welcome to my cider house. Best cider in town, so I say anyway.
Did you hear? Thieves took all the weapons in town, keeping them at some warehouse. I bet one of these nasty lot knows where.
Man, that wind out there is something else right now. Oh, it's just loud.
Vaughn and the goblins stole all those weapons. Do you know anything about it?
Goblins? Then I'm through. No self-respecting thief arms goblins against his own. The weapons are in Renard's warehouse. Now leave me be.
Alright, I'll leave you be. The voice acting in this game is absolutely as ridiculous as the gameplay. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's absolutely bonkers. What'll be interesting is switch it when I switch from this over to Fellowship of the Ring, because the gameplay is night and day different. The style of game is night and day different. No other Lord of the Rings game has the aesthetic this game does. The Fellowship of the Ring is more based on the book in accuracy than the movies, because it was made and released before the movies were even made. This game came out 1 year after the Fellowship of the Ring had been made. No, I'm not going for it. And they were trying to capitalize on the popularity of the Fellowship of the Ring.
Are you Renar? I hear the stolen weapons are being kept in a warehouse.
The weapons are being held in my warehouse, aren't they? I suspected as much. Here's the key. Clean the place out, sir, for the good of Lake Town.
Here, I'm just gonna give a key to my warehouse to the Hobbit with a sword to clear it out. Hit or miss with the Tolkien estate. My opinion, the best Lord of the Rings game that they've made, taking out Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor, because they're based on the appendices and the outside extra works and things. Specifically talking about the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers game, I think for me is better than I think it's better for me than the Return of the King game. But both are really solid games, if we're being honest. For video games adapted off of movies, they're pretty good. Well, guys, my internet is getting super spotty. I'm watching my bars fluctuate, and it's probably because the tropical storm is right above me. I'm at a save point, so I'm going to end my stream tonight because I've got Tropical Storm Elsa pounding on my windows. So I'm going to... You have the One Ring on a necklace? Nice. That's awesome. I'm going to end my stream for tonight and say thank you guys for ever being on. And I will see you guys on Friday, not Thursday. Friday for my stream of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Once again, go on over to geeknewsnow.net and Geek News Now on Facebook. Check out all of our amazing content that we have happening every single day. And go enter into the awesome Lego giveaway that we've got going on over on Geek News Now on Facebook. Dark Angel Medic, Wolf Angel, thank you everybody for being on my stream. Have a good night. Be safe out there, wherever you're at. And I will see you in a few days. Good night.